Okay, so I want to come before you today to talk about, as your president, what would I do? What is the first thing that I would do when I get in office? The first thing that I would do when I get in office is make sure I focus on COVID-19. Regardless of the fact that we have so many pressing issues, the truth is if we're not at full strength, or at least at a moderate strength, to be able to manage COVID-19, it's going to make it very hard for us to deal with some of the other pressing issues and pressing matters that we have. So getting COVID-19 to a place where it's manageable and under control is imperative. So that is the first thing that I would handle. And when I look at COVID-19, I see some very underlining issues. I've seen many plans. I've read many plans, and I've seen the things that people want to implement, and they're good, but we're missing the boat. We're missing the point. A global pandemic doesn't come just for the purpose of a global pandemic that is changing our whole economy. The fact that the global pandemic has come and has made so many drastic changes should make us wake up to say something's happening. It should make us wake up to say there's something that we have to pay attention to. And as a leader, just implementing a plan, anybody can take a plan and implement it. But one thing that you need to see from a leader is you need to see that you can see what other people can't see. For example, one thing that COVID-19 has done is it's divided our country even more so than it already has been divided. Now, naturally, and I'm going to use this analogy, so bear with me. Naturally, when there are two enemies that are coming against each other, when there is a common enemy that enters the play, the two enemies normally unite to combat and to fight the common enemy. COVID-19 has pushed us in a way to where we should have united through these times. The only way that we can combat COVID-19, to rid it from our country, is through unity and action. And we see this through various other countries like Hong Kong and like New Zealand, who have brought their cases to almost zero. And so as a business developer, you say, well, what are the best practices? And what are other countries doing? And why are they successful? And then looking at that and not necessarily reinventing the wheel, but taking that wheel and seeing how does it fit for our country? And one thing that they've all seen is that it was unity that helped them to combat. But in our case, we topped the charts at COVID-19 with almost 3 million cases and 128 or so thousand dead. We topped the charts at COVID-19. Why? Because we're allowing it to divide us and we're not uniting and standing together with united actions. So we have to unite our actions for COVID-19, not allow it to divide us. We want to be on the side of history that, yes, we came under the trials and tests of COVID-19. But as a country, we came out pure as gold. We came out of COVID-19 better than we went into it. We came out a united nation, a united country, a united front, able to withstand any attack. But the truth is that what's happened is through the division. As a leader, what you have to realize is your number one job is the protection of the people. And in the place of division, our country is susceptible to attack. So all those who are leading us have to understand that the more you allow us as a nation and as a country and as a people to divide, you weaken us and you make us susceptible to attack. So in order to prevent that, you knock out two birds with one stone by uniting the front. Uniting the front and united actions mean everybody has to be on one accord. One accord. From the people in the streets to the government in the White House has to be on one accord. Everybody has to play their part. Everybody has to make sure that I did my part in combating COVID-19 in my circle. You want to be able to tell your children's children and let your children tell their children that my grandmother or my grandfather did their part in combating COVID-19. So we have to be able to unite on one thing. So simple. We have to start here. Unite with mask. A united action with mask. So I did my part to protect you. by wearing a mask. And you did your part to protect me by wearing a mask. And if we can all stand on one accord, even those in the White House can stand on one accord through every level of leadership, all the way down to the alleys of our country, then we can start combating COVID-19. But it starts with unity. But sometimes you're not able to see that. As a leader, you can't see the undercurrent of what's happening many times because you've been in the system too long. When you're a part of the fabric of an organization, a lot of times you'll pass a lot of things, a lot of issues with the fabric, but you can't see the issues with the fabric as a leader because you've been in it so long that it becomes normal to you. So sometimes you need a new pair of eyes, which is, as a business developer, what happens is they'll bring me into a company, or I'll assess a company. And the reason why they bring people from the outside in is because you can see the things that become normal to us. You can see the things that we're overlooking because it stands out to you, but it's normal to us. But the very fact that we can't see that COVID-19 is dividing us and that our country, where we sit, is at risk is a problem. It's a true problem, because leadership is responsible for the safety and the protection of this people and of Americans. So that's why when I get in office, I'm going to make sure that we have a united front to strengthen us as a people, to make sure that before we can go on fighting and trying to solve some of the other major problems, our borders are safe. Our country is safe. Our soldiers in other countries are safe. So that's what I would do. That's what I would focus on. And once we focus on that, and we can start with the basics of just getting masked, and we stand on one accord with just getting masked, then we can really focus on some of the other issues with COVID-19 in the many industries, like the education industry and the healthcare industry, and then reforming the workforce to make sure that we are able to bring people back to work safely. So vote for me for president so that I can be able to implement my plan, to be able to implement my vision, to make sure our country is safe, that our borders and our soldiers are safe, and that we have a united front for the sustainability of our country. Thank you.